Hi, kindergarten, first and second grade leaders. We are just a few weeks away from promoting. So with that in mind, we're going to start building in more icebreaker type activities so you can get to know your new kids. That means you'll have new kids in every grade starting very soon, unless you're moving up with your grade and continuing to lead with them. I still would expect for you to have a lot of new people. This week we are talking about the faith of the Roman commander. He had authority over everyone, but he had a soldier get sick and he was not able to heal him, and so he took him to Jesus and he asked Jesus to heal him. And so what we want the kids to learn from all of that is that you can show respect to God because He's in charge of everything. We want the kids to completely understand that this month, that it's God's character that helps us learn to respect people better. Your opening activity is a Simon Says, and you can play this however you want to play Simon Says. It's a good way to kind of show authority and who's in charge. And then as a part of it, each week you're going to have a few discussion questions that I thought it would be fun for you to incorporate in your Simon Says game. And so maybe as you're playing Simon Says, you say, Simon Says, ask Joe, what does it mean when someone's in charge? And so Joe can answer because you asked Joe. Or if you want to ask everybody and they all shout it out at you at the same time, however you want to do that. But that would be a great way to kind of engage them in the discussion for the day, kind of get their minds thinking, and help them engage with the learning experiences for the day, as well as a time for you guys to create some fun memories together. We'll do large group together and worship. You have some discussion questions. And then your activity this week is you'll have a big piece of paper, a big piece of butcher paper. And I know the kids in our kindergarten, first and second grade groups, especially the kindergarten and first grade groups, love to doodle on their big pieces of paper and put them on the wall. And so we'll give you a really big piece of paper this week. And your kids are going to draw different things on that paper. You want them to work together to create a big drawing of a landscape with land and trees and flowers and animals and people and weather and whatever else you can think of that you want to do on there. I know a few months back we created a kingdom. If you want to go back and create another kingdom, you do that. We just want to try to make it as real as possible, because we want to be able to relate that back to God created those things and God is in charge of all things. And so He may not be in charge of fidget spinners, but He is in charge of the land, and He is in charge of the birds, and He is in charge of us. All right, and then you have some cubes that you'll have in each of your small groups, and the cubes have the memory verse on them. And so we're expecting that you have pretty good readers because we haven't promoted yet. When we promote, this may be a little bit more challenging, so you may have to teach everybody what the words say, or maybe you draw pictures, or figure out how this works when we promote and we have the little ones come in who aren't really great readers yet. So what they're supposed to do is give each kid a sheet of paper, and they're supposed to roll the dice, and whatever word it lands on, they write that on their piece of paper. And what they're trying to do is get the verse in order. And fortunately, this month it's a very short verse for the month. Our verse is show proper respect for everyone. So they should be able to get that, and it might be a good way to help them learn to write those words as well. If it becomes a challenge for some of the kids, you can have them draw pictures. And then you'll have your pray and dismiss activity. You'll pull your big piece of paper out again and ask kids to gather around the butcher paper and tell kids to put their hand on one thing on the picture. And what you're going to do is thank God for being in charge of whatever they have their hand on, and they get to say that while you're saying your prayer. That's it for this week. We'll promote on August 20th. I know I've talked about that a couple of different times. So hang in there with us. We will be having our new kids with us very, very soon, and look for some more details from your campus leader. We'll talk to you soon.